So you've been eyeing on the 5303 Serica homage, but you don't want to pay $250 for the Ixendao, nor do you want a cheap one like the Tandorio. But I think I found a happy medium that looks the part and feels the part from C-Night. It's a brand I've never heard of. Let's get into it. What's up everybody, this is God Tier Watches aka Coda here. And today we're doing a comprehensive review on the C-Night 5303 homage to the Serica 5303. This is a watch I've been actually eyeing on for quite some time. This watch itself is just such a nice looking watch, but I'm not willing to pay the $1,300 AUD price tag that it's suggesting from Serica. I don't have that kind of money yet. So I decided to grab this one instead. And this is like a happy medium because it's in between the Tandorio and the Ixendao in terms of price range. And in terms of the quality, I think it is amazing. But let's have a look at this watch today. But just before we move on, here we do top 10s, reviews, and also watch builds occasionally and discussions. So if that's something you're interested in, hit the subscribe button and follow along the journey with us. So without further ado, let's check this watch out today. Alright, now this is the C-Night box. It's like this hard shell casing, plastic casing that they used here, very similar to like the Addies dive. Now when I first opened this box with the AliExpress haul video that you may have seen, I was flabbergasted. It just came with this case, padding, and the watch. So I normally expect watch brands to include like their warranty cards or like informations and stuff, but no, nothing else, just the padding and the watch. So yeah, but yeah, very bare bones packaging from C-Night. I think this is just their first ever watch because when I searched up on AliExpress, I could not find any other listings. Yeah, I mean, it protects the watch good enough with the padding and the case, so not complaining at the end of the day, but yeah. Alright, let's talk about the dimensions of this watch, guys. As far as the case diameter goes, it is 40 millimeters with that one, 118 grams of weight with the mesh bracelet that it comes included, a lug to lug of 48 millimeters, so it's relatively wearable with that one, and a lug width of 20 millimeters, which is quite standard, and a thickness of 13.7 millimeters with that one. So it is a bit thicker, but it is a dive watch at the end of the day, but you do get that 200 meters of water resistance. So as far as the case goes, it utilizes a 316L stainless steel construction with that one, with a mix of high polishing and very consistent fine brushing, as you can see here. And the transition between the edges from the high polishing and the vertical fine brushing is very smooth, so no sharp edges that I can notice here. The side of the case also utilizes a vertical brushed finishing here. And you'll see at the coin edge bezel, it is polished on the ceramic bezel here. And on the front of the bezel, you got a bit of brushed finishing on the inside of the bezel, which gives a bit of dimension. I do like that a lot. The bezels are actually etched in rather than just painted on, which will last a lot longer. So that's good to see. And it feels very good, high quality here. And not to mention the pip at the top has C3 Lume, so we'll test that out later. And as far as the bezel action, well, let's hear it. So just listening to the bezel action itself, it was quite nice. It is a bit rigid, so difficult to move, but you can grip it easily. And as far as the playback goes, there's no playback whatsoever. That thing is not moving. So yeah, very good. It won't knock around. Obviously, this is a unidirectional because it is a dive watch. So yeah, there's a lot of things to talk about with this case finishing here, but you also see here just a bit of blue AR coating on that one. So that is a domed sapphire crystal that they used here, which is very nice here. Similar to the original, you see it coming out of the bezel. So yeah, it just gives a good dimension, bit of distortion when you look at it from the side, and just gives this more premium look to it. Yeah, really love this. It's insane how they've done it for such an affordable price point. And I feel like the crown here is quite proportional to the size of the case, and it is unsigned here with the polishing on the face of the crown. The crown here is easy to grip. It is a screw down crown, so it ensures the 200 meters of resistance, as it is a diver after all. Coming to the case back of the C-Night 5303, you do get that stainless steel case back that has the C-Night logo etched. It's the only logo that is shown on the watch because there's none on the dial. So yeah, very good. Very little etching here, but it is a screw down case back to ensure, again, that 200 meters of water resistance. And the movement encased in this watch is none other than the popular Japanese movement, the Seiko NH35 automatic movement. I'll put the spec sheet up on here, but 41 hours of power reserve, 21,600 beats per hour with a 3 Hz movement. And yeah, this thing is just reliable. It's used so frequently here on AliExpress for good reasons. And it's relatively accurate for a automatic movement. And it's just your standard 3-hand complication. And it does come with a date complication. And here it is not a ghost position. It's actually shown on the 6 o'clock position there. So yeah, let's talk about the bracelet. Now this gorgeous bracelet that's used here is a mesh bracelet, which isn't commonly used, I guess, in regular watches, but it is used in the original, the one that's been homaged. So that's why they've used this. So it is very, very comfortable. Mesh bracelets just conform very nicely to your wrist. As you can see, it just glides through and just drapes really nicely, adjusting to the wrist size. It's essentially got these little grooves here that you can see, and basically it latches onto these grooves so it locks in place. Very easy to put on and off, and it's like a little latch system. So you pass this through on the watch here, and then you can just tighten it to your needs. So you just clip it on just like that, and then that's not going anywhere, and it's very comfortable to wear. I don't personally have much arm hair on me, but I've heard that mesh bracelets can cause a bit of arm hair pulling. So yeah, I'm not the best test subject for that one, unfortunately. So I can't give you the conclusive answer of whether this one will pull. This mesh bracelet is quite nice. It's very, very consistent with the beads. Or I don't know what you call this. Like the bracelet itself is very just fine. So yeah, very good quality bracelet to my understanding here. And this bracelet does start from a 20mm and it tapers all the way down to 16mm there. So you do get a nice taper here just to make it fit a lot nicer, looks nicer as well. So yeah, very, very good from C-Night. They're doing really well. They're killing this. So would love to see more watches from this brand, honestly. They need to be known. Now, I'm a huge fan of the 5303 Serica, mainly for its style. I just love how it's got this unique identity to it. It's very, very distinct with its design, and you can tell it's a Serica just from looking at it. Obviously, clearly homage. And the dial color I picked up here is this like nice matte deep blue color matching with the bezel. And I love this. This is everything I've been really looking for in a dive watch. I think this is just gorgeous here. They do come in a black dial and also a white dial one, so you can get those. I'm sure you'll find one that you do like more. Black is quite popular, but I personally just, love blue. I'm a sucker for it. Always am, always will be. I think the reason why I love this watch so much is the way they display the indices in such different ways. You got some dots coming out with some lines. You got just rectangular batons that are just painted on here. And yeah, I just think it just creates this really symmetrical design here, which I really think is cool. And the date wheel here, personally, some people don't like it on dive watches, but I think it is something I would like to have just because everyday needs, you just want to look at what the date is when you're doing documents and processing things or signing something. You do require a date window, so I think that's just useful to have. Something I just personally like in my watches. These indices and also the handsets and the seconds hand here as well and the pip all seem to have C3 loops. So we'll do a little test on that shortly after this. But yeah, the dial itself very clean, no smudging whatsoever or no misalignment that I can see from here. I was initially thinking that the pip wasn't aligned with the 12 o'clock, but I think that's just the dome crystal just giving that distortion, because when I look on camera it is perfectly aligned here. So yeah, like I said, I feel like this is their first ever watch that they've ever made. I would like to see more releases from this brand because they're very solid. I was just surprised when I saw that this was the only thing that came up, and I only just found this just from scrolling on AliExpress, and I just thought, let's give this a chance. And yeah, I'm glad I took this chance because it is a very good watch for the price. I just can't believe what you can get out of AliExpress watches nowadays. It's insane value for money. The build quality is good, the dial is great, but let's see how the Lume performs as a dive watch here. So yeah, as you can see from this Lume test, dude, it is crazy crisp clear. You can see the seconds head ticking away, and that thing is very clear. Doesn't look like any of them are weaker than the other. It's very consistent, which is great to see. Yeah, no real complaints here. This is just fantastic. I can't believe I've just discovered this brand. So yeah, I will come into contact with them because I really want them to do more watches, because I feel like, yeah, this is insane. Like you can see the indices, the pip is also great. This is unbelievable. The value of money you get here for this watch is actually insane. I highly recommend this watch. This is not sponsored at all. I'm just saying this because I just think it's a crazy deal to get. I would honestly say this is as good as the X and Dow just from looking at it on the reviews from other people, and even like on the same tier as San Martin as far as this build quality goes. This just pushes far beyond the price point suggested, and yeah, it definitely gets the look of a watch that is more expensive, and it feels more expensive as well. It has a good weight to it, and this Lume here, yeah, it's no exception to that as well. Overall, very pleased with this watch, but all that's really left to do is the best part of this video, and that is none other than the wrist shots. Let's roll the clip. I was initially quite nervous about getting this watch because it was a brand I've never heard of. It was their first ever watch, and yeah, I was quite concerned, but after reviewing this watch, damn, this thing is such a sexy wear. It is such a nice dive watch. The sizing I think is perfect for a dive watch. I think it's great. Even though the dimensions suggest it's quite big, it actually fits me quite nice. I think it's a perfect fit for me. And yeah, this deep blue that they've used on the dial and the bezel just looks so nice. I'm a big fan. I love this design as well. Obviously, it's homage. But that being said, the mesh bracelet, the dial, the quality, the lume, all so well. Not many people know about it or have purchased this, so that's something I wanted to talk about. And yeah, so if you're looking for like a dive watch or a Serica 5303 homage, definitely pick this one up. You will not get disappointed looking at this because it just feels nice. It has everything you ever need in a dive watch. 200 meters of water resistance, great lume, great bezel action, great dial. Oh, it's just, I'm trying to find things that are negative about this watch, but I really can't pinpoint anything in particular. I would say the one thing would just be the crown that's unsigned, that's just polished instead. That's literally it. Functionality wise, it's no complaints whatsoever. It's using a reliable movement. Like, what else do you really need, right? So this is definitely going into my collection. I've been eyeing on these homages for quite some time. So yeah, really pleased that I finally own one. And yeah, just so gorgeous. If you do want to pick up one of these 5303 C Nights, I have linked it in the description. It is affiliate. It doesn't cost any extra. It just helps support the channel. I'm not getting forced to say any of this. This is purely out of my own opinion, not sponsored. They didn't even send this out to me. So got this out of my own free will. So, but besides that, have a good rest of your day wherever you guys are from. My name is Koda, and thank you for watching God Tier Watches, and I'll see you guys in the next video, where I actually talk about a watch that's a blue one again. This one. I'm not sure if you can see that. You might be looking at this and think, wait, I feel like I've seen this on the media. And it is the Casio automatic, first ever automatic watch that I got in Japan. So I will talk about this watch in the next video. So I'll see you guys then. Bye for now.